So I'm going to hand it off to the PEI Public Service Commission with Janet Horn. Um,
Excellent. Great.
Wonderful.
Does
Thank
that
you.
work? Oh,
Yep.
wonderful. Well,
Yep.
thank you for having
Presentation.
me. That's great. And you guys are all hard acts to follow there. You're making me want to work for every single one of you. You have wonderful benefits. And I'm so pleased to be here because I remember back in the day, what we used to do is have the in-person job fairs where we'd stand for hours on end. I'm sure many of you can remember that, on the concrete floors and getting to know people. And by the end of the day, my voice was so hoarse, you could barely speak. But I love this virtual format. I think we can probably reach just as many or more folks with our opportunities. So I'd also like to just introduce myself a little bit, like some of the folks have done. I am the bilingual recruitment coordinator right now, but for 17 years, I was a staffing consultant. So I was one of the staffing consultants that provided staffing services to Health PEI, which is a large part of our work, and also every provincial government department. And it's so fascinating. It's one of the best jobs I've ever had. And I think I'm of the same vintage of some of us on the panel where, I celebrated with my 20-year pin. I'm very proud of that because every day, not only was a new day, but it didn't feel like I was going to work every single day because every day was always a variety of different things coming up. So this is the fantastic part about working for the province as well is the variety of opportunities. Oh, look, I have all kinds of little things going on there. So I'd like to start with our benefits as well, because there's a lot of benefits to work with the provincial government and Health PEI. And we do have competitive wages. We have a benefits package, like some of us have already alluded to the boring benefits, but sometimes they are very exciting to have, as well as with the pension. And you have so many years of pensionable service. There's many opportunities for advancement and career progression. I started off as a receptionist, and I said, I want to be that. So my director took me under her wing and sent me for training and temporary assignments. And eventually I became the staffing consultant that I wanted to be, only after 2 years. So it's quick advancement as well. Lots of opportunities. A third of our employees are eligible to retire in the next few years. So that's a lot of folks that may go if they see potential to leave. There's a lot of funding for education. So some of the unions we have 5 different unions. So some of the unions offer $2,500 a year to pursue other educational learning that they want to do. So that's a great opportunity for you to get your degree or another degree or any kind of certification that you'd like. There's internal educational opportunities as well. We offer free training, free French language training. We offer all kinds of leadership training programs as well. And we have an entire page dedicated to that. It's meaningful and rewarding work as well. You often leave at the end of the day feeling like you've accomplished something, or you've made a difference in a person's lives, depending on what it is that you're doing. There's also flexible work arrangements. So in the last couple of years, we've discovered hybrid work arrangements. So depending on the position, once again, if it's a receptionist, perhaps not, but if it's a person that can bring your laptop at home, you can most likely be set up at home and have that flexible work arrangement. And maybe like somebody mentioned, you like to sleep in, maybe work 9 to 5 instead of 8 to 4. So remote work options, leadership development and training programs, diversity inclusion training as well. And we also have programs to mention. And I'll kind of get into that a little bit before, but I just want to give you a little snapshot of what we actually have. So we're so diverse. We're one of the largest employers in the province, and we hire everyone from admin assistants to biologists, heavy duty mechanics, laborers, municipal planners, correctional officers, youth workers, social workers, building inspectors, social support coordinators, bilingual opportunities, IT rules and policy analysts. And this is just a snapshot of what we have in all our provincial government departments. Of course, there's many, many more, but I've kind of made it some hard to recruit for positions, as well as some positions that maybe have an educational component with UPEI. Now in health PEI, also there's so many different types of work as well. You can work as a service worker in any of our long-term care facilities or acute care facilities. Cooks, we're always looking for cooks. Resident care workers or licensed practical nurses, registered nurses, medical secretaries, admin and clerical, social workers, nurse practitioners, radiation techs, pharmacy techs, biomed techs, you name it. We have a lot of opportunities for folks. So we also have the opportunity to work as a permanent. So perhaps it's a permanent vacancy, but we also have an opportunity to have employment lists. So maybe you're working part-time somewhere, or you're still a student. There could be some casual opportunities for you to be looking into, or even temporary opportunities. And of course, we also do have summer employment programs too. So. And we also like to say, because we have such a diverse, we have a diversity inclusion policy as well. So we like to promote that we are inclusive employer of choice. So I'll try to make a reference to our casual pools really quickly, so folks know exactly what that means when I say casual, because sometimes people only are interested in permanent work, but we also have a need for, specific projects. So we'll ask some manager will come to us and say, listen, Janet, we need a 3-month temp or a 2-month temp admin support. Do you have anybody on your list? So we occasionally, if it's not advertised, we have the opportunity, if you have an interest, we'll have you on a casual pool list for that exact reason. And we could have casual correctional officers, nurses, service workers, again, cooks. And once you just work one shift in a certain union, perhaps of course the health unions, you can then start applying for permanent positions. So it's kind of a nice thing to know about as well. And we do also have equivalencies now that we're very proud of to finally implement, where if you don't have that specific certificate or degree and you do have some experience, then we will be able to give those candidates an opportunity to apply for those roles too. So we know you have lots to offer when you have when you're coming in the door with some experience too. So just a quick mention to our diversity talent pool as well. We do have a diversity employment program, which provides casual and temporary job opportunities to qualified candidates who are registered with our diversity talent pool. And often, of course, you would have to be legally entitled to work in Canada, so no restrictions. And also a willingness to self-declare that you belong to one of the diversity groups, a minimum of grade 12. And we do have designated bilingual positions. So if you do speak English and French, that'd be a great thing to have as well, or even other languages is required by departments. And so usually if HR managers give us a call to the diversity, we have a diversity consultant, Tilak Tanakone, and he looks after everyone in this program, and he'll say, yes, I have someone just for you that could fill your temporary opportunity. So departments can utilize this pool, and it's really important for all folks to know about that. And other services that that Tilak Tanakone and Sarah Muthi provide is resume and cover help, and help with interview prep tips, because sometimes we have a formal interview and sometimes that scares people away, but we don't want you to be nervous about that at all. We're just as nervous as you are, so just make sure you know that. And there's also a mentorship program and networking. So perhaps you don't see your ideal job, but if you try to come in through another door, you might be able to start networking with other departments and say, oh, you know what, I think I'm really interested in this type of position, because there's just so much. There's such a variety of positions that the growth is exponential, and will be in the next few years. So there's also co-op placements, summer student positions, internship opportunities. We had advertised a couple in the spring for one department, and we're constantly looking, and every HR manager for every department has told me, listen, if you hear of any co-op students that want to work with our department, whether it's Department of Finance or tourism or agriculture, you know, just make sure that you contact the Public Service Commission and express that interest. And we'll help you in any way that we can, or connect you with the proper person that could guide you to that opportunity. And just a quick look of where you can start applying for positions. So if you've ever visited our website, it's really easy to remember, jobspei.ca. So you just visit that website. You can apply for any position that you are interested in. Then there's that interview process where I get to meet you. That's the fun part for me. I get to see your smiling face and all your wonderful skills that you have to offer the province. So this is a quick snapshot of what the page may look like. So where it's divided by provincial government opportunities, health career opportunities. And we also do have the public schools branch and other employment opportunities there with the students. But the Public Service Commission, the school branch takes care of their own hiring. So we just focus on healthcare and provincial, and but we can certainly guide you at any point in time if you have any questions. So working for the school branch. And a simple way to apply is just going to that job site, add all your pertinent information. If it's a competition that you've seen, you think, oh, that's really interesting, just add that in and make sure your phone number, address is there, your resume, you can attach that. And make sure you indicate all your work experience and job duties based on the position. And then we receive it and we give you a call, and then we get to meet you. So if you have any questions on any of our programs, I would be pleased to meet with you later or after the presentations are all done. And I think I'm the last one to go. So